Did you know that Mo Kio is the 7th new town to be built by HDB in Singapore? Located in the northeast of Singapore, Mo Kio was built in the 1970s and won 2 awards for outstanding design back then. One for the new town itself and another for its iconic swimming complex. Before achieving these accolades, the area was dense forest, plantations and farms. As for how Mo Kio got its name, well, there are many theories. Some say the town was named after red tomatoes, or Mo Kio in Hokkien. Another popular theory is that Mo Kio, which also means red-haired man's bridge in Hokkien, is a reference to British surveyor John Turnbull Thompson, who was instrumental in the development of early roads and bridges in Singapore. In fact, one could find many bridges in Mo Kio in the 1900s. These bridges were built across the Kallang River and connected many villages in the area. Sadly, while they were important landmarks to the villagers, none of these bridges exist today. On the morning of 15 February 1942, the peaceful lives of villagers in Mo Kio came to an end when the Japanese occupied Singapore after the surrender of the British forces. In the days following the surrender, people throughout Singapore were rounded up in Operation Suk Ching. In Mo Kio, more than 100 villagers were detained and interrogated by the Japanese near Pierce Reservoir. Only 70 villagers were released, and the rest never returned. The next 3 years and 7 months was a dark time for Singapore. After the war, Singapore began to rebuild, and there was a pressing need to provide housing for Singaporeans. This drove the development of low-cost estates in Mo Kio's former rubber plantations in the 1950s, such as Sembawang Hills Estate and Teachers Housing Estate. These were developed by rubber plantation companies and the Singapore Teachers Union respectively. In the early 1970s, HDB announced plans to redevelop the villages in Mo Kio into a modern town. Did you know that Mo Kio was one of the first towns to be based on a grid pattern, where streets run perpendicular to each other? It was also the first town to be planned and designed in meters and centimeters, instead of feet and yards, as part of Singapore's movement from the British imperial system to the metric system in 1970. To give Mo Kio New Town its own look and feel, signature HDB blocks were built, such as the iconic clover-shaped block, Block 259 and Block 710, dubbed the VIP block. In the 1980s, many foreign dignitaries like the late Queen Elizabeth II and the late former Chinese Premier Li Peng visited the VIP block, which offered panoramic views of Mo Kio New Town. To make the town more self-sufficient, HDB also built entertainment and leisure amenities in the town centre. Mo Kio's longtime residents may fondly recall the Oriental Emporium, a revolutionary one-stop shopping experience that opened in 1978. And popular cinemas like Broadway and Jubilee Cinemas, which screened international movies from Hong Kong to Hollywood. In 2007, the town centre was rejuvenated and a new major heartland shopping mall was built, AMK Hub. Besides its signature HDB blocks and leisure venues, Mo Kio is also home to many religious institutions that serve residents of the area. Some of these have long histories tracing back to the kampong days, such as Liu Xun San He Miao. This temple is a fusion of 3 older temples from Lak Xun village, which was located along Yio Chu Kang Road near Lentor today. Other houses of faith, like Masjid Al-Mutakin, which was strategically located in Mo Kio town centre, were part of HDB's plans for the new town in the late 1970s. So you see, on the surface, Mo Kio may look like just another HDB town. But as we dig deeper, its fascinating landmarks reveal the area's long and rich history. So, dear adventurer, come visit Mo Kio and discover these sights and lesser-known stories with the Heritage Trail today.